guys, welcome back to Loft Sports. I'm Tyler.
I'm Seth.
Today we're going to be coming at you with our NFC West preview, but please continue to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, comment with video recommendations you'd like to see, and as always, trash talk is welcome. Alright Seth, what are the big headlines for the upcoming season?
Big headlines, we're going to start in San Francisco with the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy. He's there, they've added some pieces. The big thing is, what's he going to be like? Now that he's not in Tom Brady's shadows, he's not running Belichick's offense, what's he going to be like? That's my biggest question there. The Seahawks. I mean, when they had the Legion of Boom going, they were dangerous. One of the elite teams in the league. Now it's like the Legion of Whom. All those players are gone. Russell Wilson's not getting any younger. Those teams, I mean, that's my biggest storyline there, is really just, is that window closed from their elite teams? Switching to the Cardinals, that's going to be fun to talk about, but it's going to be Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. I got a lot to say there, so I'm not going to say too much on that. And the Rams, can you repeat and can you take that next step and finish? On paper, you're one of the best teams in the league, have one of the best schemes. Can you finish and take that next step? Can you win a Super Bowl? That really should be their goal.
All right, let's go ahead and rank these teams based on where we think they will finish the season. Number 4, I have the Cardinals. Listen, the Kyler Murray experiment may very well work.
It could.
I don't think it's going to work year one. There's a lot of pieces they've got to figure out. Larry Fitzgerald is at that point where he's probably going to step down at the end of the season. David Johnson is a boss running back.
He's good.
But I just don't know that they're ready to take that next step. Their defense is fairly sound. Mm-hmm. They'll be one of the more intriguing teams to follow this season, but I don't think they're ready to move out of the cellar just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep it somewhat simple with the Cardinals. They hired a coach who got fired from a mediocre, middle-of-the-road Power 5 team. I've never seen anything like that. It could very well work out. Kingsbury wasn't even a good enough coach at Texas Tech to get them winning consistently, and even in second or third tier bowl games. What has he done to get this job? The Kyler Murray experiment, like you said, could very well work out if they had a different coach. It's one of the most head-scratching things I've ever seen. I don't see it working out well. I have them 4th as well.
My 3rd place team, and I actually tugged on this one a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm not ready to go there yet, so I'm going to put the 49ers here and be a little bit on the safe side.
Sure.
I think Jimmy G, now that he's healthy, is going to be fun to watch. They've added some pieces. They've brought in Tevin Coleman from the Falcons. They've got some pretty good receivers, some young, dynamic receivers. Mm-hmm. Their defense is a little left to be desired, but the division is trending down. Seattle, trending down. Arizona, kind of rebuilding right now.
Yep.
The Rams are a super team, but outside of them, this division, its 2nd place is attainable for a team like the 49ers, which could potentially lead to a wild card spot, but I don't think they're there yet, so I have them coming in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, I have them right there with you at 3. They have added some nice pieces. They've never been able to replenish from when Patrick Willis and pretty much that whole defense retired. They just really haven't been able to recover from that. They had a chance to be right there with Seattle. I remember watching those games. I'm like, man, this could be the game of the NFC for the next 4
That was the rivalry in the NFL.
It was crazy, but that didn't happen. Times have passed. They haven't replenished that. They have added a lot of nice pieces. They got Garoppolo, who hasn't put it together yet outside of New England, but all the signs are showing him to be a promising quarterback. I don't think they're ready to be in that top 2 conversation yet, maybe next year, but I have him at that 3rd. I'll play it a little safe there, but there is a chance they could get to 2nd, but I'll play it safe, same with you, and put him at 3.
So my number 2 is Seattle. Last year, lost in the wild card in Dallas in a close game. Mm-hmm. Too many questions for me. Defense, getting, their Legion of Boom is pretty much at this point just Earl Thomas. I mean, they just don't really have a lot left on that side. A lot of their guys are gone. They just couldn't afford to pay them all. So what they do have is older or really, really young. Mm-hmm. Offensively, I think there's hope. I really like Russell Wilson, great playmaker. He's going to keep them in some games, but I don't know that this is even a playoff team, even with a second-place finish.
I'm kind of right with you there. I think it'd take a lot for the second-place team in this division to reach the wild card. I do have the Seahawks as that second-place team, though. I just trust them more. They have a lot of question marks, but not as many as in San Francisco and as in Arizona. And let's be honest, of those teams, they have the best quarterback. They probably have the best coach, too.
Mm-hmm.
They're just somehow they found themselves after being in an elite status. They're in a rebuilding mode, but they have some pieces in place, good enough to finish second in this division. I don't see them making the playoffs, but they have enough pieces to challenge in this division. I just see them coming short in second.
My division winner is the Rams. You want to talk about a team that has really built themselves the right way.
Yeah.
A few years ago, the Rams were a joke of a program, and they moved to L.A. What a business move by the Rams. Move out west, rekindle the fires of football in L.A., and 2 years later, you're in the Super Bowl. I mean, they got to host a wild card game their first year. They did fall short, but then they're in the Super Bowl. They've got all this talent. Aaron Donald's one of the best players in football. I mean, Jared Goff has really proven to be a quarterback that maybe is looking to move into that elite status here this year. They got the best offense, maybe other than the Chiefs in the NFL. They got playmakers all over the field. Todd Gurley has been a workhorse if he can stay healthy. I really like this Rams team. They're a favorite to win the NFC again, and I got them winning the division.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer here with the Rams winning this division. I mean, all the pieces you mentioned there, I'll even go a step further with McVay being probably the best offensive mind in football. I know the Chiefs probably have the best offense, but you switch a few pieces around, I think the Rams would be even better. He's still young as a coach, too. That's what's crazy. He's only getting more experience, learning more of what doesn't work. Last year, they kind of dropped off offensive production towards the end of the year. There is a little bit of a question mark. Have teams figured out a way to stop them? The NFL, as we all know, is very much a copycat league. But I think he's a good enough mind, scheme-wise, and he's got the talent players to figure a way around that. The team is built to win the Super Bowl. Like you said about them being in L.A., that's a great move for a couple reasons. One, you didn't mention, it's a lot easier to convince free agents to come to Los Angeles than it is, hey, come to St. Louis. When they were putting this team together, they got a lot of big-name free agents. Players were traded there. They have to kind of keep that model going, which they can. This team is truly built to be a Super Bowl contender the next 3 to 5 years. They got to take advantage of it sometime. This division for the next couple years is going to be theirs, barring injuries to Goff. It's their division. I got them finishing first.
Yeah, my fantasy advice for this division is go heavy on Rams players. I know that there's a lot of players that are highly ranked, and you might say, gosh, do I really want to take a chance on a number 3 receiver for the Rams? But listen, Cooks and Kupp and Gurley, they're all going to get their touches, and this offense is going to put up points.
Robert
and if there
Woods,
is an injury, and even their 4th receiver, that kid from A&M, Josh Reynolds, he's a playmaking receiver. So even if one of them goes down, they're going to fit guys in, and it's just going to be plug and chug for points. I think that's why Kingsbury has a job in the NFL, is because people are trying to find
I do too. I think that's what it was. I think Arizona looked at it, and they said that exact same thing. They're seeing what's going on with the Rams, and they thought he might be the best option there.
Right. So, all right, that's our take on the NFC West. We're going to come at you next time with the AFC West. This is Loft Sports. Signing off.